We're going to talk about living in your own skin. 4-time slam champ Osaka. The article recently in the news about the young lady, 23-year-old, who was born in Japan and moved to the U.S. at a young age, and so on. Phenomenal tennis player, makes a ton of money. I think she's like the wealthy, the most highly paid. They say here most highly paid female athlete because of all of the money she gets for endorsements and so on. Anyway, she decided that during a big event, the article goes on to say, during a turn of events for a 4-time Grand Slam champion who says she experiences huge waves of anxiety before speaking to the media, and revealed that she suffered long bouts of anxiety. So basically the whole story is she walked away from the media scrum and because her anxiety was so high in terms of, the anxiety that she has around talking to people. I don't know. Do you have problems with that too? We got a few minutes. I mean, not a lot of time, but we'd like to hear from you. 416-870-6400. Do you have a hard time telling people how you feel and what makes you anxious? I for a long time, I wasn't able to do it. I do it all the time. I tell people all the time, listen, man, I've got anxiety disorder, OCD, and ADD. So if I mess up, understand before you jump all over me that maybe I wasn't working with all of my equipment that day, right? Being able to talk to people, but to be able to stand up in public and say, I can't make it to the podium. I can't get in front of the microphone today because my anxiety is eating me alive, so to speak. And if you've ever had an anxiety attack or a panic attack, I can see you're looking at me, right? I can see you're all looking at me. Put your hands up. See? Look at all of you out there, right? Everyone's experienced some kind of panic. If you're looking at the arms I'm looking at out there, like there's thousands of you. Some kind of panic, getting on an airplane, waiting for exam results, walking down the aisle to get married. A little bit of panic, right? A little anxiety, a little sweat around the neck. Maybe you'd like to go and throw up for a minute. I don't mean to laugh. But that's what we're talking about. So she create levels of anxiety. She finally came out and said, I can't do this media scrum. And her professional organization fined her $15,000. She makes so much money that $15,000 is, like the money it would cost someone to go get a coffee. But obviously she doesn't feel like that. She framed her situation as a mental health issue. Would you do that? That's the question. Would you do that? Would you stand up for yourself? Would you say, I can't come into work today because I'm just not feeling well? Right? Would you take the time to say that I'm not well in terms of my mental health? Would you let people in your life know that you might not be dealing with, a full deck at the moment because things are bothering you and you need some support? Calling your boss and say, God forbid, that your mother or father or someone in your life passed away? Or how about that your cat died? That's horrible too, right? Calling your boss and say, I just don't feel like coming in tomorrow. I'm not feeling my best. I'm anxious. I'm depressed. You think you could do that? And if so, would you lose your job? Would they understand? Well, she took a chance in front of the whole world and decided to stand up for herself. And what did they say? The French Tennis Federation president, he said that we wish her the best and the quickest possible recovery. I don't know. I think it's very difficult for someone who's in that situation to stand up for themselves. I think it's difficult for someone to, take the time and have the parts, have the backbone to say, I'm not well and I've been struggling for a long time. She's just a kid. And she has everybody in the media all over her all the time. And for her, this is a very difficult moment. So I don't know. Agree or disagree? I think she's a superstar. So does some other people in the sporting world. The other tennis players have said that they stand up for her and that they're impressed with her commitment, and that even though showing up to these events is part of the game, they understand when someone can't do it all of the time. So I don't know. I think that more and more as time goes on nowadays, especially where people understand that mental health is a disease and that many of us are plagued by it, and that anxiety can be a real thing. Depression can be a real thing. Post-traumatic stress is a real thing. We just need to talk about it more. That's what this show's about, right? We're looking forward to hearing from you for the weeks to come. sharing your thoughts and ideas and views about the stuff we're talking about. It's important. It's important to me. And hopefully it's important to the other people that listen. Because although there's only a bunch of people that call, a handful or so, which was amazing tonight, there's thousands of you listening. And hopefully thousands of you are getting some benefit from the fact that we're here every Saturday night and that we care. It makes a difference to us. You make a difference to us. I'm committed to be here to help you, to support you, to give you what you need in times of a difficult and during a difficult time. Excuse me. You know, this young lady who stood up for herself and walked away, regardless of the impact, did the right thing. It empowered her to be strong. It gave her the impetus, the amount of energy that she needed in order to do what she needs to do tomorrow, which is get well. More important to her than, promoting her tennis stardom is to get well. And that's what she's doing. Self-care. We're going to talk a lot about self-care in the weeks and months to come. So thank you so much for joining me here tonight. It's been a ton of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'd love to hear from you. You can reach out, Road to Recovery at 640toronto.com by email. Love to hear from you. And next week, we're going to do a whole bunch of new stuff and some exciting stuff and some stuff out of the news and deal with the things that you and I want to talk about, the things that make a difference. Remember, if you're with someone, love the one you're with. Give them a hug. Let them know that you care. And if you're on your own, I'll give you a hug, and I love you, and I care. This is Yonah Budd, 640 Toronto. Make it a great week.